Courtney Lewis, conductor, and Michael McHale, soloist. How did the idea for this collaboration come about?
Well, it all started a couple of years ago when I was awarded a major individual award by the Arts Council of Northern Ireland. And my idea to use the money from this award was to make my first piano concerto album. And what better way to do it with my good friend Courtney, also from Belfast, and the wonderful RTE National Symphony Orchestra.
Two Irish composers, John Field and Philip Hammond, but from very different eras.
Yes, indeed. John Field, probably the most famous of Irish composers, Dublin-born and made his career throughout Europe. Most famous for his nocturnes, but I'm playing his third piano concerto here. And then we're coupling that with Philip Hammond's concerto. And he's from Belfast, like the two of us, and we both know him very well.
I've conducted some of Philip's music before with the Ulster Orchestra, and it's been really exciting to work on a new piece. Which was written for Michael and performed a couple of times in Belfast and in Dublin. But to be able to go into the studio and really spend time with it and dig into it and make a recording has been great fun. His music has lots of influences. There's a lot of Ravel in the harmonic language. And the last movement of this concerto also, there's a lot of rhythmical energy, and we can hear Stravinsky in some of the rhythms in the orchestra.
And the John Field work, the middle movement of that is particularly special, and you can watch it on YouTube if you Google Michael McHale, RTNSO, and YouTube. But Michael, tell us about the middle movement.
Well, it's curious, this concerto number 3, there's no surviving slow movement. So what people often do is they play one of John Field's nocturnes in place of a slow movement. And I've actually taken his nocturne number 2 in C minor and arranged it for piano and orchestra to act as a slow movement for the concerto. So it was a real thrill for me to get the opportunity to do something like that for the first time.
So it should be Michael McHale, soloist and composer. A project like this, it's all about collaboration.
Well, Michael and I have been able to work together many times before. Actually, the very first time was when we were still students at Cambridge and we played clarinet and piano duos in another lifetime. But since then, we've performed a concerto here with the NSO. Michael also came to Minnesota, to the Minnesota Orchestra, where I used to work a couple of years ago. And I'm looking forward to us playing the Ravel Concerto in Jacksonville, where I'm music director, next year. So I've always felt it a great connection when we've been playing together. And it's been wonderful to be able to make this recording. Very easy for me, certainly, to work together, and I hope it's been the same way for you too.
Absolutely, and the important thing about collaboration like this, you know, especially on a recording where it's quite intense and you've got a limited time where you have to get everything, to have someone that you know and trust and you work well with is really essential.